All right. So I think we did kind of 1 and 2 together. We did 3 and 4 together. 5 was good. All right. Now, of course, determine whether it can be a triangle. So number 6, can that be a triangle?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why can't it be?
Because the shoulder sides are greater than.
So that would make it a triangle.
Oh.
You with me on that? So that's all right. That's all right. The sum of the two smaller has to be greater than the third. So if you want, we could just say that 10 plus 11 is greater than 21. So if you want to make that note to yourself, that's fine. 10 plus 11 is greater than 20. So yes, it's possible to make the triangle. All right. Now it's just a matter of looking at the longest side. What's the relationship between 20 squared and 10 squared plus 11 squared? 20 squared is greater than, therefore it is what? It is obtuse. All right, it's obtuse. Anybody have any issues with that? Now, obviously, number 7 is what? No triangle. So by agreeing with me, no triangle on number 7. Okay, let's take a look at, well, number 8, you don't have to do anything. You should recognize that is a what? That is a triple. Thank you very much. 7, 24, 25. Now, what I'd like everybody to do is, I'd like everybody to write the other 3 common triples right next to it. See if you can. All right, you'll be a much better math student if you can just name out the triples. 7, 24, 25. What else? What's the first one?
3, 4, 5.
Thank you. 3, 4, 5. What's the next one?
5, 12, 13.
Very nice. 5, 12, 13, and
15, 17.
you are amazing. 8, 15, 17. Thank you. Those are the 4 common sets of triples that you would, like I said, do much better on all standardized tests if you could know those. All right. So now probably this one. Is it possible? Yes, because 8 plus 15 is greater than 16. So now compare 16 squared to 8 squared plus 15 squared. And 16 squared is obviously what? Less than. All right, so now we say it is what? Acute. Everybody happy with that? Everybody's good? Okay, now over here. All right, the length of the diagonal of a square is 30. Find the exact perimeter. Come on, come on. I don't want a distraction. All right, so yesterday we reviewed, and this is what I was talking about when it says the exact. All right, if the length of the diagonal is 30, then what's the side of the square? Thank you. 15 radical 2. All right, now I feel like, you know, I don't know what you've done. All right, and this is where I'm having some issues with the way I'm trying to show you, is that it's not doing me any good to just come in here today and do all the problems. All right, you were supposed to try that. All right, and you also, if you forgot how to do the 45, 45, 90 and the 30, 60, 90, you have a whole worksheet that explains it. I also wrote down on my notes yesterday exactly what to do with the 30, 60, 90 and the 45, 45, 90. So it really shouldn't be a problem. What? That's what I was just saying. I wrote down on the board yesterday, all right, that everybody should have down. I said from a 45 to a 90, you do what? Multiply by radical 2. So from a 90 to a 45, you should do what? Divide by radical 2. So I'm going from the hypotenuse to the leg. Excuse me. So what do I do? Divide by radical 2. All right. And that's what I'm saying. I can do all of the notes for you. Right. But you got to apply the information. All right. Now, what is 30 divided by radical 2? All right, because we're working on preparing for entrance tests, and you're going to have to rationalize the denominator. So how do I rationalize this? Yes. So then just to show you all the work, I end up with 30 radical 2 over 2, which is the same as what? 15 radical 2, which means the perimeter is what? 60 radical 2 feet.
Do we not like simplify from there?
What do you want to simplify?
Do we not like solve 60 radical 2 or just leave it like that?
What does exact mean? I didn't do a good job explaining exact, obviously.
Oh, I just typed 60 radical 2 in the calculator.
That's not exact.
Uh,
What is that? What is 60 radical 2 on the calculator?
84.
Nope. It's not what I care about. What does it mean? That's an approximation. Because radical 2 will be rounded. You with me?
Yeah.
So that's what they mean when someone says exact. Like if you want to find the area, you use pi. That would be the exact answer. You don't round pi to 3.14. That would just simply be an approximation. You with me on that? So on your test, I'm going to say exact. If it's exact, I want it in radical format. Does that make sense? All right. Number 11. So obviously this one is what? 22 radical 2. Number 12. Thank you. 105 radical 2. Right?
Yeah.
13 would just be 10. 14 would be 'Come on, guys, what's 14? So someone tell me what the rule is then, if we don't know what the answer is. Multiply by what? Yes, you multiply by radical 2. So it's 2 radical 3 times radical 2. So what's the answer? Come on, that's another good review question of what to do with radicals. 2 radical 6. Everybody happy with that? Anybody have any issues? Anybody? All right, here we go, 15. Now we're dealing with the 30, 60, 90. And I explained all the rules here yesterday too. So everybody should have been gone home and just said, let me look at the explanation. Let me look at the rules and I can tell you what X is. What is X? 18. And what is Y? And when I say I want the exact answer, those would be the exact answers. All right, so over here, we have some issues. Well, this one's kind of easy, right? What's X? 2. Beautiful. So what's Y? 2 radical 3. Is everybody happy with that? Anybody? All right, let's knock out 17. The equilateral triangle has an altitude length of 6. So this is 6. What's this length right here? Come on, someone. Now, first of all, Oliver, since you said something, is it getting smaller or is it getting larger? Smaller, right? So in my mind, I always was able to not necessarily memorize, but I knew there was a square root of 3 involved. So because it's getting smaller, do I multiply or do I divide? You divide. Come on now. Everybody with me on that, right? It's getting smaller, so we divide. You can't multiply or it's going to get what? Bigger. So it is 6 divided by square root of 3. And those of you guys have already cleverly figured out that really, you're just going to divide by 3. When I divide by 3, what's 6 divided by 3? There you go. All right, and then it becomes 2 radical 3. All right, because you're multiplying the top and bottom by square root of 3. This becomes a 3, and the 6 and the 3 cancel out. Now, that's this length. So, of course, what is the side length going to be now? Thank you, 4 radical 3. Everybody's good with that? All right, here we go. All right, now this is where I said you guys got to help me with all of the calculator work here. All right. Well, this one is just sine of theta. So what was the sine of theta? For number 18.
15/17.
15/17. What's cosine theta?
Eight over 17.
And tangent? 15/8. And we set this one up, correct? Cosine 29 equals A over 29. So A is approximately what?
$25.364.
Is everybody good with 25.364? I'm not saying it's correct because I haven't done it. I'm just saying that's what Cooper's saying. David, is that what you got?
Yeah.
Go ahead, I'm listening. I want to know if you're, if,
25.363.
okay. So we're really gonna argue over 363 and 364. 25. Sebastian. What do you have as an answer?
No, I mean, I don't say anything because I thought that this is 26, not 25. I'm good at that.
Okay. What, did someone, whoever said that answer, is that good? Was it a 25 or a 26? Yeah, 25. Sebastian's not hearing well again. All right, 20. What was B? Thank you. 60.255, and it's a degree symbol. It's a degree symbol. All right, did everybody use inverse trig? What?
You use the inverse when you're looking for the angle, right?
What does that say right there? That's what you were supposed to put down in your notes yesterday as I was doing all of these problems. All right, that's what I'm telling everybody. I went through yesterday and told you exactly how to do the problems. And I'm not sure how much you did last night, because some of you guys are way too busy. All right, now I want angle B. So over here, angle B. What trig function am I using on 21, guys? Tell me, good court. Cosine of what?
25/30.
Good job. But I want you to say cosine of B equals 25/30, right?
Then you just inverse cosine.
Inverse cosine, sir. And that's going to be what?
33.557.
Thank you. 33 point what? Sebastian, are you okay with that? Did you want it to be 5/8? All right, let's look at 22. When the pole is 25 feet tall, here's my drawing. This is 25, casts a 42-foot shadow. So what's the angle of elevation? Tell me, Sebastian.
30.7.
Yeah, but what trig function? Tangent of what?
X equals 25 to 42.
So that equals what, did you say?
X equals inverse tangent 25 to 42, and that's 30.762.
30 what?
0.762.
Thank you. 30.762 degrees. Yeah, don't forget to put the degree symbol like I'm doing. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. 20-foot ladder makes a 65-degree angle. So here's my ladder. This is 65 degrees. My ladder is 20 feet. How many feet up the wall? What trig function? Sine of what? 65 equals what? X over 20. Good. So X equals 20 sine 65, which is roughly what? Ship sonar finds the angle of depression. All right, so a ship, right, is on the sea, right? An angle of depression to the wreck, to the bottom of the ocean. So here's the bottom of the ocean, spots a wreck. Now, to me, the angle of depression, I don't ever write the angle of depression. I always just come over here and write 12.5. To me, it's the angle of elevation that's always easier. If a point on the ocean floor is 60 meters directly below the ship, how many meters is it from that point on the ocean floor to the wreck? That's what we're looking at. Does everybody agree with that? Correct? Setting it up is the hard part. The trig is the easy part. Now, hopefully everybody understands this is the angle of depression here too, right? All right, so what's the trig function? Good job. Tangent of what? 12.5 equals 60 over x. So x is equal to 60 divided by the tangent of 12.5. And someone tell me what that is. Help me, guys. What is that?
270.645.
270, did you say? 270 point what?
642.
642
You have to write down what you see.
meters. Good job. I'm happy with that. All right. Anybody have any issues with that? What?
How did you just? Like, that's not going down, but like, how would you like switch the action? Like,
It's a proportion. That's all it is, proportion. Cross, multiply, divide.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
All right, the angle of elevation to the sun, if a building's 100 feet tall, casts a shadow that's 100. All right, so here's my building. Here's my shadow. And this is my angle of elevation. So what trig function? Come on, think for yourself. Tangent of theta is equal to. Good. So theta is equal to what? 33 point what? Thank you, sir. Everybody's good with that? What?
Wait, why is the bottom line, like, the shadow would be like angling down?
Okay, so listen, is the, and again, I'm not, the shadow is located where? If you were gonna see your, you see what I'm saying, right? All right. Everybody's good now, right? All right, let's take a look at C, area, 1/2 AB sine C. So, number 26, area equals 1/2 12.6 times 8.9 times sine of 32. What is that? Come on, guys, you got the calculators. All right, since you didn't do it, how much? I'm with you.
29.713.
29.713, and then we write the units. What units? Meters what? Squared, because we're dealing with area. Meters squared. Everybody's good? Yes.
So on the test, I already gave us like all different numbers. Like here, or
What are you talking about? Am I going to give you all different numbers?
because like you said that like it's fine if they're all different numbers, like I'll just have like the same numbers. So,
I'm not understanding your question. What? Say it again, Sebastian.
so like for this thing, right? Like
Yeah.
you have to have all the different numbers.
So I think I remember now what you're saying. So this is angle A, B, and C. That's how I know it's okay.
So,
Right, on the formula, it's area equals 1/2 AB sine C. So what I was telling everybody was when the letters are all different, you can just plug in the numbers. You don't have to worry about it. You understand me?
What do you mean? For the numbers?
A is here. B and C, because they're different. You could write A equals 1/2 BC sine A.
Yeah.
But it's not necessary for me to do that. I just look at these. If all these letters are different, I just plug it straight into the formula. Because if I wanted to, I could give you 3 sides and you'd have to find an angle. Right?
Yeah.
You with me?
Yeah.
But because it's in a good format, then you just have to plug it in. All right. Am I going to make it harder on the test? No. All right. If I ask you to find the area of a triangle, you're just going to have to know that formula.
Yeah.
All right. And what's the answer to 27? I have a what? 40. And then, of course, you would say square feet. Everybody's good with that?
Yeah.
All right. Let me scroll down a little bit. Okay. So I feel like I've done. Well, I feel like let's just do one more problem and that'll be half. And then you guys can do the other half. Because I have a feeling you didn't do as much as you should have. So let's do 28. So because we're solving for angle F, 22.6 goes on the outside of the formula. Now, this is the one where it causes people some trouble. So 22.6 squared is equal to 19.7 squared plus 19.4 squared minus 2 times 19.7 times 19.4 times the cosine of F. Is everybody okay with that? Everybody's good with the way I wrote out the formula here? Anybody need me to explain why that number goes there? What? Well, you weren't here, correct? For the law of cosines. Am I right or not? Yeah, so listen, all you have to do is there's a formula. All right, I promise you, if you go listen to the video, it'll explain exactly what's going on. All right, it's just a formula. A, B, and C are the 3 sides. All right. The angle and the side are always on the outside of the formula. That's why the 22.6 goes there, cosine F goes there. All right. Now from there, all right, come on now, put on your algebra skills. All right, show them to me. I want you to say 22.6 squared minus 19.7 squared minus 19.4 squared. Hit the equal button. Then you take that answer and you divide it by parentheses -2 times 19.7 times 19.4, close parentheses, hit the equal button. That will give you a decimal. What is that decimal? Someone tell me.
332.
Point what?
0.332.
Thank you so much. So 0.332 equals cosine F. So how do I find F? Inverse cosine. So angle F is approximately what?
70.678.
70 point what? Sebastian, is that okay with you?
You didn't do it exactly.
70.679.
609.
Six what?
609.
Yeah, you didn't do it exactly.
No, but it's even round.
Oh, but
All right.
you did it.
Are we close to 70 degrees? Anybody have any issues with that being somewhere close? Now, remember, I prefer that you not round. I prefer that you use the answer that's in the calculator. All right. Anybody have any issues? Anybody? What is up with the bells? It's not us, is it? It's not even close to us.
Can you post the answers to the review?
No, I haven't done the review.
I mean, like after you finish.
Yeah, yeah. That's what we're gonna do. That's the plan. Okay, so now I've gone through about half the review. All right. So, is it safe to say, you guys, listen now. I'm not kidding you. If you didn't work on this and all you're doing is coming in here writing down my answers as I'm going through, all right, you're not helping yourself. There's too much information to sit and write my information down and then think you're gonna go home and figure it all out. You cannot do that. You've got to go home and do the problems, then come back and say, okay, these are the ones I can't do. All right, that's what you're supposed to be doing. All right. So let's have the test on Friday. All right, tonight, everything has to be done. Try everything. All right, I've explained all of the different properties, all the different formulas. All right, please get it done. All right. And tomorrow I'll zip through and do as much as I can. All right. And then I will be happy to post those solutions. All right. Anybody have any questions? All right, let's end there. No messing around right now. All right. All you're doing is working. That's it. All right.